Good afternoon, February 22. Michael here. Welcome back to the channel. And normally with the updates of the day, well, today's a bit of a disappointment. There's not so much to share. There's not much news. I've been watching the markets all day, and I decided to use the update of today to add 5 shares to the watch list. I've selected 5 shares that just today have been upgraded from hold to accumulate or buy and from 5 different industries. So let's hope that that is interesting for you, and let's also hope that these 5 new shares in the watch list bring nice spreads with them. For the daily market update, again, your guess is as good as mine. I don't have a clue what's going on. All shares of Europe opened negative this morning and went into losses of about 1%, hovering around that. Some a little bit lower, others higher than that. This morning, the expectation was that US would be opening positive, but as I see things going now, I don't think that's going to happen today. Um, Nevertheless, markets in US will open in about 45 minutes. We're almost 3 p.m. in Europe, and let's hope we have some fireworks anyway later today. Um, we'll discover that tomorrow morning, obviously. So before we go into adding these records, these shares to the watch list, let's have a look at the dashboard, which I keep on improving, although with these error messages here on the bottom right side, um, not many of you would be in agreement with me that that is an improvement, but the intention is, of course, that here on the bottom right side, we see the top 6 of the sweet spot as it was yesterday, while here in the columns H up to J, we see the sweet spot as it is right now. And I think it would be a very nice feature if on a daily basis we can compare how this evolves from day to day. As I see here, it retrieves correctly the percentages from the file that is right here, but it does not retrieve the corresponding share names, and I don't have a clue why that is, because if I move these files back to the local folders, it works perfectly. If I move them to OneDrive, somehow sometimes these links break. I'm not going to spend too much time on that now. If I can solve it, fine. If I can't, then we'll leave it as it is. You can also see in the aging update that I've been working very hard getting all these shares up to date. I'm getting there slowly. Today I think I've updated about 80 shares, and that did not bring huge shifts or new insights. So let's go there and add these 5 shares. The first one, Grady or Graco, I can't remember, GGG, an industrial organization, which has a current resistance of 74.56. And with the current price of 70.31, that gives us a nice spread of 6.04%. Not good enough for the sweet spot, but nice spread nevertheless. I also see here now that in the last trading day, the share has gone down with almost 3%. So that, let me look here at the technical analysis. Yeah, that indeed, that explains why we will have a technical catch up on the very short term. So probably yesterday we had a spread of about 3%, and with this decrease here, obviously the spread has increased. And as all the indicators for both short, mid, and long term are in the green, we could expect that this steep decline will be made up probably today, not entirely, but for a part, and that is the technical catch-up that the technical analysis shows. As you can see, it pays off to do your homework and to study a little bit. Second one is, I think, an internet provider, LBRDA, with a current first resistance of 92.97, which is 4.74% above the current price of 88.76. Nice spread, again, not in the sweet spot, but not to be neglected either. Third one, is what they officially call a publishing house, SPGI, but it's of course one of these companies that sell exactly the type of data that we are working on now, share data, company data, Standard & Poor's, with a current first resistance of 364.03, which is not so much higher than the current price. Actually, it's 3.77 as we can see here, above the current price of 350. Two more to go. A financial institution, I've added that one as well, PFGC, with a first resistance at 59.93. I stand corrected. PFGC is obviously not a financial institution, it's a food retailer with a spread between the current price and first resistance of 2.15%. And then the last one, an HR consultancy firm, Korn Ferry, KFY, with the first resistance at this moment today of 58.22, which gives us a spread of 2.81%. As we can see from all five that we've added here, none of them had a spread higher than 10%, which means that they will also not show here in the current sweet spot display. Last thing I can do is do a data refresh. Obviously, the exchange is still closed, but it could be that in the pre-trading already some new prices have been made, and I don't see that having any impact here at all. So with that, I'm going to leave the video for today as it is. As said, I'll be watching the opening of the US exchanges in about a half an hour now, and let's hope that that brings some fireworks so that tomorrow we've got some real news again to share. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow.